Welcome to the WNBA on NBC Sports, and I'm joined by my girl Roz. It's so nice to have you, analyst for the New York Liberty. So I really want to talk to you because
let's talk some Liberty basketball.
Yeah, you know, the Liberty had a slow week last week, as in they only had to play one game. So that was probably good for them. I don't know, a little rest here and there. But they played one game against the Mystics, and this time it was a little different because the first time they sort of just like blew out the Mystics and handled them. But this time around, it was a closer game with a little bit of theatrics because there seemed to be some alluding to maybe Sabrina flopping, so we got some but no,
it was a battle between Sabrina and Slim in that game.
And when she did the reaction, I just thought it was funny. Like
it was, but you know, because I was on the call for the game, and so Sabrina Ionescu and Brittany Sykes are basically going at it. And at one point, I actually say, I'm like, guys, watch Slim, watch Sykes and Sabrina. They are both pushing each other. It is very physical. And what I was seeing actually was two players. Neither one of them was backing down.
No.
Each one of them was getting hit and held, and like it was. I was like, this is the game within the game. Like,
yes, it was very entertaining for those of us watching. And of course, I mean, the Mystics, they rallied in that fourth quarter and tried to like, you know, come back.
Well, I think the first like immediate storyline that emerged is Jonquel Jones goes down.
Yes.
So beyond like the Liberty trying to get a victory against the Mystics on the road, it's like, hey, Jonquel Jones, who could arguably be the most important player on the Liberty, like how bad of a foot injury is this? You know, we are concerned. Beyond just this one game, does this, you know, linger into the season? Because she's been fantastic. The Liberty are undefeated when she has a double-double and was averaging a double-double in you know,
she's the only player.
She's the only player averaging in the a double-double in the WNBA. Say that 3 times fast. A double-W in the WNBA. Anyway, but what I will say is this. So that was the first line of adversity for the Liberty against the Mystics. And what I saw was a great response. And it comes down to the Liberty are so deep.
They are very deep.
So Stewie shows up on the free throw line. When things are tough for the Liberty, Breanna Stewart goes and puts her like work hat on, takes her work pail, and gets to the free throw line. She's gonna find a way to make something positive happen. She goes to the glass and rebounds. She turns the corner and attacks the rim. She's not settling for anything. It's not necessarily beautiful. She's not hitting her three-point shot yet, but she's making it happen. So that happened. And I also want to call out these 3 bench unit players who I thought really made a difference for the Liberty and changed the game. Rebecca Gardner.
Yep.
Izzy Harrison.
Yep.
And Kennedy Burke. I thought the Liberty without them might have got caught slipping by the Mystics because they sure did work their tail off. But those 3 came in the game and changed the defensive intensity, the pace of the game, just overall the presence of the Liberty, and really helped the Liberty take over the lead.
Yeah, well, you said something interesting. You said Jonquel, who may be their most important player. Can you talk about what makes Jonquel so important to the Liberty? And if they, because there was a TikTok, and I saw that Jonquel was wearing a boot. Now, that might just be preventative because you know, the word around practice yesterday was that they avoided significant injury, and they're thankful for that. But we still don't know yet, still watching to see if she's going to miss any games. So can you talk to like why she's so important, and if she misses games, what that might mean?
Yeah, and a foot injury to a big girl is always, you know, concerning, right? For any, you know, post player, it's tough. Jonquel Jones is a stabilizing force. She anchors this team on offense and defense. Defensively, she's working inside, she's blocking shots, she's changing shots. She is aggressively getting that rebound, securing rebounds for the Liberty. Sometimes she'll get the defensive rebound and push it up herself. So she is an agent of pace, which often we assign to like a guard. And then to talk about her versatility as an offensive player, there is always a mismatch to take advantage of against Jonquel Jones, whether it's pulling up from three, picking, popping, picking, rolling, just throwing her down there close to the rim and letting her use her strength to finish inside. I personally like when she establishes the paint first.
Yes.
I think that sets up the gravity for everything else the Liberty are doing, but I think the stats say it enough. The Liberty haven't lost. There's something like 28-0 or something when Jonquel Jones has a double-double. So she's very important.
And I feel like there's so many games sometimes where like I'm watching Jonquel and I feel like it's like she literally just flips the switch in the game like, okay, all right, it's time to like just put this away. And they start feeding her. She starts shooting three. I mean, she can work inside or out, but like I feel like she just goes into that mode, and at that point, they just close the game, and it's a wrap. And I've watched that multiple times this season. So
it's a great point. They cannot forget to feed Jonquel, and that's happened in past seasons where all of a sudden you said, why didn't Jonquel get touches? I think it should be the same mindset for both Jonquel Jones and Breanna Stewart. Like, have they touched the ball in a while? Let's consider that. Because good things happen. But there's so much depth for the Liberty that it could be Maureen Johannes that just went off for 10 points, or Natasha Cloud, or Sabrina who's hot from three. And like, it's just, the mindset has to be selflessness and understanding that, like, I feel like everybody's like, whatever the team needs is what I'll give.
So how do you think that depth will help them? Because they're going to be managing this Jonquel situation, but they also have a couple of players going to Eurobasket, and Leonie Fibich and Niara Sabally. So what, I mean, that's going to be good. I think Sabally might be returning for their next game. So if Jonquel's out, that will be a huge boost, but she hasn't played. So they're going to have her potentially coming back, but then leaving, and Leonie leaving for a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough because everybody's expectations are so high and excited for what Niara Sabally can bring to the table. It's the conversation throughout her entire career is always about health. Like, if she is healthy, the ceiling is high, but she's always got something going on.
Right.
And not only has she not played with the team for most of the season now she's going to go over to Eurobasket. I'm concerned, like, is she going to be able to catch the rhythm, and the connectivity that she needs with the team? But, there's a lot of time during the All-Star break and after to catch up. But essentially, it's the Eurobasket's the last 2 weeks of June. So that's a solid amount of time. Now, that's especially a hard blow if Jonquel Jones is missing time. I was happy and impressed by how Isabel Harrison stepped up. Her name was called, came in there, got some buckets, rebounded, defended, very mobile. This is another veteran player that the Liberty brought in.
Right.
She did what she needed to do against the Mystics. But, it's hard to make up all that Jonquel does. And for Leonie Fibich, that'll be tough too, because it'll be hard to see in a stat sheet what you miss from Leonie, because that's not where the story's being told for her. I like to call her Mrs. Dependable, because you literally know what you're going to get. She knows her personnel. She's going to defend the right way. If the lights are bright and it's a tough game and it's a close game and you penetrate and kick out, she's going to knock that three down.
Yeah.
Like, she's just tough. She spaces out. She makes the right cut back door. And it's not a me thing. She doesn't need a lot run for her to make a lot of impact. So just having that, someone that you can trust at that level is a big loss.
Yeah, well, we've talked about their depth, so I am interested to see how they're going to navigate it. Right now, them and the Lynx, they both are undefeated. The Lynx technically are one game ahead of them because they played one more game, but I'm sure both teams are looking like, we need one of them to start losing games.
I think they both focus on themselves. But it's crazy that they don't see each other until so late in the schedule.
When I saw that schedule, I was livid. I was like, how dare they not give us a finals rematch until July or late June?
Oh my gosh.
It's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Very upset about that. Well, listen, they got the win that they needed. Hopefully Jonquel does not miss a lot of time. But like I said, the Mystics did push them in this game. And there was a video that went viral with Steph Dolson sort of talking to the team right after that loss. And we found out that, basically she was telling the team sort of like, look at how much better we are compared to the last time we played them. Look how far we've come, sort of encouraging them and making sure that they knew like the progress they were making. So I thought, one, that was just like a great vet move. But she's right. You know, they looked great. I mean, Slim was excellent in that game. And when she's playing like that, they're a really, really hard team to beat, but also they're rookies. They're rookies. Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriafen, they continue to shine, Roz.
Yeah, there's a lot that is exciting and going well for this Mystics franchise that has a lot of new, you know, Lena Deladon retired, you got a new coach, a new GM, a lot of new young faces, and players who actually getting more playing time because they were hurt all of the last season. So first of all, it's just an exciting time for this franchise. But I think let's start with the vets, because the excitement is with the youth, but Dolson on the stat sheet is having career lows in points and rebounds, and we'll get some flack for that, right? But it's in moments where you see her talking to the team, where you recognize how valuable her voice is in that locker room full of young players who still don't know what it is to be a WNBA player or haven't been on teams that have culture of winning, and so she teaches that. I also think she is such a smart basketball player.
She is.
So like having her on the court makes so many other things happen, and is just like she brings some level of stability to what the team is running and like helping others get involved. So the stats don't tell the story on her. And Sykes is having a career year. For me, it's her aggressiveness, the way she leads the league in free throws.
Yes.
Like the amount of attempts she's taking. She's got career highs in points, 20-something points per game, but also she's playmaking and doing such a great job. We knew her coming up in this league as a defensive player.
Yeah.
And on a team like this, she really has the chance to show what she can do. She's been asking for this.
Yeah.
And here she is delivering that. So kudos to the vets, but the excitement, the future, the rose-colored glasses is around what this team can be, right?
Yeah.
It's that young core. It's Kiki. It's Sonia. It's also Aaliyah Edwards and Shakira Austin, who are coming off the bench and putting together great games. So, like, to start with Kiki, she's putting pressure. They have her now as the favorite for Rookie of the Year?
I don't know that she's the favorite. Paige Beckers is still the favorite. But, I mean, with Kiki getting the first Rookie of the month honors and just the way that she is playing, I don't see how it's not going to be a competition, you know?
It is. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's a competition between her and Sonia Citron.
Yes. And so, I mean, the odds right now are still in Paige's favor, but Kiki has like moved up in the odds. And, you know,
shout out Janelle Salon too, because she's a very nice, versatile, big player that can play on the wing and has helped the Valkyries be tough. So even though she's older in age, but
look at even some of these rookies who are like tied for like the like at the bottom.
Oh yes, Sanaya Rivers with the Sun.
Yes.
Cal thrown into the fire when is hurt.
Oh, Jordan Canada.
When Jordan Canada has been hurt.
Right. So, but I think Sanaya Rivers particularly has looked really great so far. And she didn't start the season. Yeah. So I wonder if she could sort of creep in that conversation.
Oh, for sure. I also think, you know, a little bit of team success, like what the Mystics team has in their favor too, is like not only are these young players performing, but look, they're ahead of schedule. This team's like doing a lot better than people expected. It says a lot about the Mystics, too, that they've got so much riding on the success of two rookies. Like, you're talking about your second and third leading scorers in Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriafen and Sonia Citron. If I were to break down the way that what I'm seeing from the youth for the Mystics, Kiki's confidence, mobility, strength, she's quite strong. And just motor in the way that in the month of May, she averaged a double-double. The way that she rebounds the ball, 3 of those a game are offensive. She's getting on the offensive glass, and then her efficiency as a scorer. So she's putting up those points, and she's doing it at a high clip, like above 50% from the field. Dang, of course I don't have the stats. 52% from the field. And then Sonia Citron's efficiency is what impresses me the most.
Because she's jump shots,
and she's putting up a lot of threes per game, and she's making them. So one thing about Sonia Citron, she doesn't overcomplicate the game. Like, she just makes fundamental heads-up plays, runs her lane, screens and moves, like cuts behind the defense. And then I do want to shout out Shakira Austin and Aaliyah Edwards, because Aaliyah Edwards missed most of the training camp in the first 4 games of the season with the back injury. And so it was hard for her to find her rhythm, and Shakira Austin has just been, riddled with injury her whole career. And so there's a future where those two are not coming off the bench, right? But I think for right now, the way momentum has come in with these rookies, but there's so much great young talent here.
Yes.
And the two of them came off the bench and rebounded the mess out of the ball and shot very efficiently from the field. And I just see a bunch of young guns that are big, versatile, highly skilled, and hungry.
For sure. I'm going to wait till you come back because there is a question I want to ask you about Kiki, but
what? I went to Stanford, so.
Yeah. Well, what do you think accounts for, I'm not surprised by the Kiki we're seeing, but after she left Stanford and did the 1 year at USC, it was somewhat of a down year compared to what she did the final year at Stanford. And, she went into the year with projected as the number 2 pick, but her draft stock fell a little bit, and some people were now questioning things about her. What do you think, because I don't think she's changed as a player, but what do you think has happened that it's going so right for her right now as a rookie, and she's looking good against some of the best posts in the league?
Yeah, I think, for one, when she was at Stanford, there were multiple years that she got to understand the system and the offense and defensive strategy for Stanford and then grow within that and blossom. And, Stanford's always been very friendly to big girls historically, or post players have often come out of that school. I also think the transfer portal is an interesting, there's been a few interesting case studies. Kiki's one of those. So is Haley Van Lith. And I think I've said this before, Haley hit the transfer portal twice. And one time it didn't work right away at LSU.
Right.
And the second time TCU kind of saved, the rest of her career.
Right.
And so I think, one, you come into these situations where maybe the pace of play isn't right for you, or you have to learn the system, or it's hard to gel and mix so fast. These are amateur players, not pros. The whole system was not that it was at Stanford either, but, it was built around Juju. So, players may be trying to find other ways to get involved. But I'm happy to see that she was able to keep her confidence. Her body is very pro-ready. And she's also shown she's not only has a mix of motor, skill, versatility, she's also got a nice IQ about her game. She
really does. And so obviously Paige Beckers has been out with a concussion, but hopefully she was ill. So she's out of concussion protocol, but the last report, she didn't play the last game for the Wings because she was ill. But she's still right now the Vegas favorite, and understandably, because there was a point in this early season where I think she was leading in multiple categories among rookies in terms of points and assists and all the different things. But she's the presumptive favorite, but if there is going to be a rookie that really challenges her this season, who do you think it will be, Roz?
It's Kiki or Sonia.
Okay.
I believe so. I think, the thing for Paige, it's very hard to be putting up the points and assists at a guard position and kind of running the show. And then also her assist to turnover ratio, she's doing it without making a ton of mistakes on a team that is struggling. This is all really hard, especially on the point guard position. So I'm impressed with her poise, her demeanor. I'm not surprised. She's always had a buoyancy to her. But the injury has slowed down some of the momentum around the Rookie of the Year conversation, with Kiki coming so hard and doing so well, and same for Sonia. And mind you, on Dallas, Arike is struggling with her scoring. She's having career lows in points and field goal percentage. So I think for Rookie of the Year, it's between Paige and Kiki and Sonia at this point. But to your point, I thought Sanaya had a nice case, and Janelle Salon. Those are rookies that have done very well too. Yeah. Wow. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the Rookie of the Year race unfold, but I do hope we have a race throughout the whole season.
It's a race.
That would be great. This is not no one pony draft class. This ain't just the Paige Becker show. but shout out to Paige. We love her too. We love Paige, and we can't wait for her to get better so we can see her back on the court. Totally. Yeah, well, look, Roz, this is why we have you on for the WNBA on NBC. Guys, make sure you are subscribing to our new YouTube channel. If you haven't noticed, the WNBA on NBC, make sure you subscribe to that YouTube channel. And Roz, thank you so much. She'll be back, so you want to get this good insight from me and Roz. Thanks, guys.